So another question I want to ask you is, what's new? What's going on new with your organization? Just give us some tidbits, because I know that our divers always like to learn what the new things are that your organizations are working on.
Absolutely, that's a fantastic question. So coral restoration has changed dramatically, not just in the last 20 years, but in the last year since this heating event we had. So we have adjusted now our plans and how we're going to be handling these thermal conditions. So last year, everyone kind of panicked with this heat wave and we took our corals out of the water. And this year, some practitioners are still going to do that same thing. We would like to learn what corals are going to survive these conditions, because they're not going away, right? They're not going away. We need to find the corals of tomorrow and what we have today. So we're going to leave everything in there, see how they do extensive monitoring with volunteers on corals that were growing in the nursery, as well as corals that have been planted and have been established on the reef for a couple of years. We want to see how everyone's doing, and yeah, that going forward.
That's great. I'm sure that every single time you go out there, you're learning something new and trying to help save them and keep them going. So we really thank you for all the hard work that you guys do, and we're very happy to support. It's one good thing to know about ADFC is that divers can come and help out organizations like yours, and you're open to having them come. So that's really fantastic. I think it helps all the way around. How many volunteers do you think it's going to take? You know, if you could guess, like, how many do you need on a regular basis, and you know, and how do you see that moving forward?
I wouldn't put a cap on that, really. I mean, anybody who has an interest in this, whether they're a diver or not, we have work for them to do. All you need is the passion for it. And anybody who's interested, whether they're local, whether they're on vacation, whether I met them at the Winn-Dixie, if they want to come do this, we welcome it. So we do have 3 regional nurseries. We have one in Tavernier, that's the oldest one, that's run by Ken Niedermeyer. It's the largest one, and it's the most genetically diverse nursery in the United States. It has genotypes that no one else has. We are rebuilding the nursery in Marathon, hopefully in the next year or so. During the melting last year, I inherited all of those corals, so I'm lucky I have them in my nursery right now, but we'll be rebuilding that one. In addition to those regional nurseries, we also have pop-up nurseries. So those are the ones where we have vertical ropes with corals growing on them, and those are fantastic because the ropes are made out of cotton or hemp, biodegradable materials. So we put the corals on there, let them grow for 6 to 12 months until they're big enough, and then we can just take the buoy off, untie it from the anchor, and boom, you've just planted 50 corals.